Good evening, everyone. Welcome. We're back for round 4 of the GT3 World Challenge here at Formula GT Racing League tonight. We've got a pretty good grid, 21 cars on grid at the moment. We're just finishing the free practice session, and then we'll be going straight into the qualifying session, which is a 20-minute session, and hopefully that should be pretty exciting. World Challenge. Do let us know who you are supporting tonight, and I'll go through some of the things in a moment while we wait for qualifying to start. So I've just got the championship standings up on the screen at the moment for you guys. It's going to be very interesting, I think, because Luke Wilson, who won last week's race, is now leading the championship by just 5 points. That's all there is in this race. So really, really interesting for these guys to hopefully get, boosted up in the championship. You've got Robert Bjorkman on 880 as well as Matt Townsend. So both of them are going to be fighting out for P2 and P1, in fact. Thomas Bossatelli with 800 points, a really good result from him last week, put him 4th in the championship. Olav Nyheim as well, just making those small gains each and every week, with 670 points there. Other mentions we can mention is, don't know really, not really anyone else to talk about other than that. It'd be interesting to see what the new guys can do today. So we've currently got Sel Wisemans, who's joined us this weekend in an Aston Martin as well. It will be interesting to see where he gets up. We've got Isidore Tronson in that Porsche also joining us. Reisenhauer's joining us again today. He was in the Ford Mustang at Suzuka, had a big crash, but has changed to the Lamborghini and is looking rather on it, so he'll be hoping for a good result. You've got Volokov here, you've got Robert Bjorkman, as I mentioned earlier. He'll be looking to get a better result than last weekend. You've got Andrea Iskro, who raced with us last weekend in the Bentley. He switched to a Beamer this weekend. And you got Adam McDaver in the Ford. You've got 2 Fords this weekend, actually. There was meant to be 3, but someone called Michael pulled out. But I hope you do get well soon, Michael. It's a shame not to have you here. You've also said no Florian today. Well, he's not here at the moment. He's welcome to join if he's going to be joining, but it's up to him. And then in the manufacturer standings, you've got McLaren currently leading by quite a quite a way with Aston Martin, Porsche, Ford, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Lexus, Audi, BMW, Honda and Mercedes there. So 2,800 points separate the leaders and the P11 Mercedes. So the point system though is really, really interesting with the way it works. So it should be good to see. I will get us to the game now. We watch some of the qualifying happening at the moment. So we're currently watching Peter Romeo in that Toga Racing esports livery. Proud to be a part of that team as well. He'll be hoping to get a better result this week. He had to retire last week due to an ongoing headache. Didn't feel like continuing anymore. Still got points, but really missed out on a good result considering that he was pole and then leading the race and then second for quite a long time. So not a good result for him last week, but he'll be hoping to do better this week, as it does look like he has gone off track. So we'll swiftly move away from Peter now. Here we watch Fabian Riedel in that Porsche 992. A bit quiet, are we? I will move my mic closer to me. Is that better? Does the game need turning down? Let me know how that is. Fabian Riedel in that lovely looking Porsche. The yellow highlights and the yellow LEDs look really, really cool. And he'll be hoping for a good result this week as well. Currently got Matt Townsend on pole in that Aston Martin, again with some lovely LEDs. It's good to see all the lights in this race. We've got a 8 PM qualifying session and then I think a 9 PM race start. So it's going to be pretty dark throughout this race. Let me just check something real quick. Just going to check this quickly. Oh yeah, it is right. Cool. Just looks like the time's going very, very fast in game, which is not ideal, but it's set to 1 on the thing, so it should be fine. Anyway, Matt Townsend currently pole with a 41.390 in that beautiful Aston Martin. Marvin Reisenhauer has set his best lap in second. Actually, Emma Play now goes fastest in that Ferrari, 141.1. So we're looking at probably getting into the 40.6s during qualifying from the fastest guys, I think. As you can see in the top corner, it is 18 degrees air and 18 degrees track. So it's quite cool. So they won't have to worry about their tyres that much in comparison to maybe last weekend where it was a little bit warmer. But it's good to see such a vast grid of manufacturers here, and that looks like track limits there. Yeah, that's track limits. Peter Romeo goes to pole in the Aston Martin, a 41 dead. Wow, what a lap time there from Peter Romeo in that beautiful Aston Martin. Really, really impressive from them. Do let us know who you are supporting this evening. Robert Boyopon goes third fastest in the McLaren. Looks like he's going to come back in and then straight back out again. As I mentioned earlier, he didn't have a very good race last weekend at Watkins Glen, so he'll be really, really wanting to improve this time as well. Currently got Kevin Packery with the slowest time of the... No, Brian Miller with the slowest time at the moment of a 45.0 in that Ford Mustang. Really a lovely livery that we've got here, actually. Let's see if we can try and get some better views of it, maybe. It's really hard to see the liveries with the night time, but let me try and see if this will help. Really quite a cool livery there. Lovely lights on there. Michael saying, "Come on, Luke, my Pookie bear." Calm down, Luke. Calm down, Michael. Calm down. Still got Peter Romeo fastest at the moment. Interestingly enough, though, Sel Wiseman in the Belgian racing team BRT Aston Martin has the fastest third sector. So Peter Romeo has the fastest first and second sector, but Wiseman with the fastest third sector. That's really interesting. What's really interesting as well is that the Aston Martin has a lot of ballast in this BOP that we're using. So on standard it's 18 kilos. A little bit of an update. So last week Luke, who won the race, has 15 kilos extra ballast. So he is currently in second with 15 kilos. You've then got Thomas Bossatelli in the Aston Martin, who came second last week, so he gets 10 kilos. He's in the Aston Martin in P19 currently. 18 kilos standard, but 28 kilos with that extra ballast. So really, really going to be heavy, and he's probably going to suffer quite a lot this weekend, I would imagine. And then he was third last week. Matt Townsend with an extra 5, so he's got 23 kilos. So yeah, I think Astons are strong. Their drivers are strong, but it would just be interesting to see what they can do. BRT literally everywhere. No, only one at the moment. Emmo Plate goes fastest in the Ferrari 296 of 40.6. I said it earlier, we're going to get into the 40.6s. We did. We definitely got into them very, very quickly. Any further updates? Let's see if Peter Romeo or Luke Wilson can improve at all. Be interesting to see. Currently got Finley O'Reilly not set a time yet, but he's on a lap. Oh no, he's on his out lap at the moment. He'll have a lot of penalties to serve this race. He got involved in a lap 1, turn 1 incident last weekend at Watkins Glen. So has, I think in total 60 seconds of penalties, but we've allowed him to serve half of that today and then half of it at the next race. So he'll have 30 seconds for him in the race. You know what ACC needs? DTM tracks. Yeah, would be good to have some like street tracks on. I think it'd be really cool to get Jeddah. Obviously they're going, GT World Challenge is going to Jeddah later this year. It'd be interesting to see if they can get that in the game. What other tracks? I think Hockenheim, possibly. It would be good to see some like American tracks like Sebring or Virginia, Road America. You know, those sort of tracks. Those would be really, really cool to have. Or Sonoma. That's a really difficult, tough track to get. As we see, Robert Bjorkman goes fastest with a 40.5. Fastest in no sectors at the moment. So Peter Romeo fastest first and second. Thomas Bossatelli fastest third sector. Thomas Bossatelli sits third currently. We currently got the top 8 within a second, which is absolutely fantastic to see. Such a great range of different cars as well. Finley O'Reilly still not got a lap time set at the moment. We've got 8 minutes left of the session. He's not going to have much time to do it. He is up on his time though, so he's not really set a time, so he is currently going fast in relation. So we'll see what he can do. Robert Bjorkman's back into the pits. Currently got 4 people in the pits. Bjorkman, Deluge, Miller and Packery in the pits at the moment. Let's see what Finley O'Reilly can do as he approaches into the final sector. He'll go into Cheetah, see if it catches him out. Oh, he goes wide, but he's still valid. Really, really great driving there for Finley O'Reilly. See if he can get a good lap time set and see where it puts him up. currently 21st. That puts him 11th, so really good from him. 1.6 seconds off the pace. 42.1, really not bad time for Finley there. Let's see if he can do any more improvements in the final 7.5 minutes of qualifying. Any further improvements down the field? We've got Olaf Naheem currently 3/10 up on his time. He's currently in 13th position. He'll really be wanting to get into the top 10, I think. And that beautiful, fierce, angry-looking Lamborghini looks really good. Please do let me know if this audio is a lot better. I've turned down the game volume a little bit just so you can hear my voice a little bit better. And do let me know if that's any better for you guys. Thank you. See what Olaf can do into the final sector, coming up into the final area. He's got his blinker on there. Why is that? Might have just missed that on his wheel. Coming up into Cheetah now. Does he get caught out? He keeps it on. Still valid. Yeah, 0.2 seconds up on his time at the moment. That should put him a couple of places up, actually. With that right side indicator, that puts him up into 11th, as I expected. Any further improvements? Fabian Riedel's up on his time at the moment, but he's gone off the track, so we'll move away from him. Isidor Tronson is up on his time, but also on an invalid lap in that lovely Tobbs Porsche. Really interesting though. He was meant to be running the Ford Mustang, and he was on call with me last night, and we were speaking like, what car are you going to do? He wanted to change car, and he really liked the Porsche as he comes into the pit, so we move away from him. Ooh, and that's another Porsche coming into this behind him. Peter Romeo is up on his time at the moment in 4th position, as is Luke Wilson. Luke Wilson will be really wanting to improve in that Lexus. That beautiful sounding Lexus, really fabulous sounding. Great to see so many interesting liveries this weekend. Peter Romeo does go pole, so he dethrones Bjorkman by 0.008 thousandths of a second. Absolutely incredible. Really good job from him there. Any further improvements? It looks like Bjorkman is going to improve as well. He is just a little bit up on his time at the moment. So Wiseman's is 3/10 up on his time at the moment as well. We've got 5 minutes left for qualifying, so if they wanted to, they can come into the pits, take a new set of tyres, put in some more fuel and get going. Comes into the final corner. Does he improve his time? He's currently in 10th. Improves into 9th. Really good job there from Sells. Matt Townsend is currently 7th and 3/10 up on his time at the moment as well. Finley O'Reilly 6/10 up on his time at the moment. This is really incredible from Finley at the moment. This should surely put him in the top 10 if he can get any faster. That beautiful McLaren spitting out flames at the back. Really cool. Isidore said, done with my quality for today. Way off the pace. Might be the darkness throwing me off a bit. Yeah, perhaps. But within the 107% rule, so not a negative to take there. And, you know, hopefully chaos happens ahead of you and you can improve. Finley O'Reilly coming across the line, goes 9th. Incredible job from there, Finley. Still got a couple of laps in him, I'm sure. Daniel Monduzzi in that Ferrari from FNR is up on his time as well. 0.5 seconds up on his time, so he'll get into the top 10 as well. 11 people currently within a second of pole at the moment, which is absolutely incredible. Will we see any of the final three, well, Miller or Packery come out the pits for the final run? It does look like Beckett and Reisenauer are in the pits as well, so will they come out to try and set another lap time very soon? As we see Daniel Monduzzi come across the line. Where will this put him? Improves, but doesn't improve on position. Reisenauer is out of the pits now, so he is getting out on his outlap and going to hopefully set another lap. Peter Romeo is 2/10 faster than his previous lap time at the moment. Peter, you don't need to go any faster. You've already got pole. Bjorkman's in the pits. I doubt Bjorkman's going to get out of the pits in time. a 140 lap. He'll be able to get out and do a lap, but it's got to be a lap of the life. Really going to be interesting to see what can happen. Looking for further improvements. We got Concava is currently 5/10 up on his time at the moment. Oh, he's just invalidated it though there. So in that lovely Manti EMA Porsche livery is fantastic. Olav Lahim is 3/10 up on his time as well. So he's been pushed out of that. Oh, look at that sparking. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? He's currently 3/10 up on his time. Plate, Bostelli and Wilson have all come into pits, as has Romeo. So I don't think they'll be able to get out for another lap unless they get out within a second or so. Bostelli and Luke have come out of the pit, so they're getting out right now. Volokov in that McLaren is going back into the pits. Woodke as well is Grow. Mo Plate's going to miss out on getting pole this time. Let's see what Olav can do. 0.3 seconds up on his time. 11th to 7th. Wow. Incredible job there from Olav Lahim in the Lamborghini Huracan. Deluge is currently up on his time as well, coming across the line. Will he improve any position? He does. He goes 17th. Just one position improves over Goncalves there. Not seeing many more improvement laps coming. Obviously, a few people out on hot laps or on out laps, but not many people on push laps at the moment. Gonna have a further look for any more improvements. Mundazi is 5/10 up on his time at the moment. He comes into cheating now. It's a little bit unsettled there. 2/10 at the moment. And Carves is going to come across the line though first. Let's see if he can improve. Currently 18th at the moment. Improves to 16th. Really good job from him there. Riedel is also up on his time coming into the final corner. Can he improve into 16th? He can. Number 24 is coming through, Jack Deluge. He's coming through to the final corner now. Let's see if he can improve. He does not improve. Any further people to come across? Finley and Riley's coming, but he's not up on his time at the moment. Just taking a cooling lap there. Bjorkman's also coming into the final corner. Not up on his time though, but a solid P2 for the start, which is a lot better than last weekend, and that's all he can hope for. Thomas Pizzatelli is coming through nearly to the cheetah in a moment. Luke Wilson currently on a lap as well. Can he improve into the final corner? No, he can't. That's him across the line. And what a spectacular takeout that was. Incredible. Save the replay quickly for you guys. Remy Olsen is saying go Olav. Well, it looks like Olav's got his fan tonight. welcome to the stream. Isidore says, go Ches. That's yourself, mate. Stop cheering on yourself. Wow, very surprised how fast the pack is tonight. Go Wilson. Yeah, Luke, that's yourself as well. You can't do that to yourself. Luke, how did that ballast feel? Obviously, you've got a little bit of ballast there. How's that feeling for you? Dirty, is it? Oof. Whoopsie daisy, I forgot to put it into the qualifying. Target race. There we go.
30 seconds.
Lovely job, Blue. Come on, Matt, you can do it. Rue has got. Rue's here for them.
10 seconds.
And we're going to go quickly into the race session in just a moment. They're just getting away on their formation lap. Here we go. Good luck to you, Luke. Stop driving and typing. Currently watching Luke Wilson on his formation lap at the moment, and to lead the field away will be Peter Romeo in the Aston Martin. Look at that, absolute fantastic view. If you are watching the stream, any of the drivers, flash your lights. What do you want to see? broken something. I can't see anything. Give me 1 second. Just making sure that people know to have their lights on. Luke, flash again and I'll watch. Quickly. Flash, flash, flash. Flashing. Can't see any flashes. He loves a good flash. He does, doesn't he? Alright. We'll go to the start of the grid though to see this wonderful grid making their way into Cheetah at the moment. Look at that. What a sight. Absolute hooligans, I would say, to be driving this circuit at night. Let's see what they can do as they come up to the line. Peter Romeo leading Robert Bjorkman and Robert Emma Plate, Thomas Bossatelli and Luke Wilson. Let's see what happens here. I need to set my thing. Thank you.
Green light. Go, go, go.
And we're green for round 4 at Kyalami here. Let's see what can happen into the first corner. Looks like Robert Bjorkman's got a little bit of a better start there. But can he get it going? Oh, we've got 3 wide behind. See what can happen behind. All good so far. Is that 4 wide? Nearly 4 wide. Oof. Those 2 green Porsches look very, very similar there. What can happen here? We've still got Peter Romeo leading in the race at the moment. Getting away from Robert Bjorkman. Thomas Bossatelli's improved to 3rd. Emma Plate's dropped down to 4th. These further increases. Finley's making a move on Olaf there. They're still side by side. Let's see what can happen here. What can Olaf do? Into, oh, brave from both of them there. Into the S's there. Really incredible racing going on here. Looks like Marvin Reisenhauer is going to go up the inside of Olaf Naheem as well. So Olaf getting pipped by his Lamborghini teammate. Romeo still leading the field away. As we watch Marvin Reisenhauer here, doesn't look like Olaf has been defeated yet. But Olaf goes wide there. Oh, and they make contact through Cheetah. Oh, pushes Olaf off the track there. That's going to have to be looked at after the race. And that looks like someone diving up the inside as well. 3 wide in the final corner. Absolute incredible scenes to see. Almost a couple coming together at that. But an overall clean start. Yeah, really, really impressive. It's Kyalami and you never know what's going to happen there. Volokov has made a lot of positions there actually. Up into 10th at the moment. Overtaking Naheem. Bjorkman's taken the lead. Has Romeo got an issue? He's dropped down to 3rd. What's happened to Romeo? He's going to lose another position there to Emma Plate as well. He's just dropping like a fly at the moment. What's happening to him? Go side by side into the sunset, I believe that's called. Look at Luke Wilson there as well. Really menacing in that Lexus. Can he do that? Matt Townsend as well looking to get past. Fabian Riedel looks like he's dropped to the back of the grid. 8 seconds behind Brian Miller in the Mustang. Monduzzi has moved up as well. Wiseman's has moved up ahead of Naheem as well. So Naheem's dropped really, really far down. It looks like Naheem's going to go try up the inside. Oh, don't make contact. Oh, he's made contact, but he's going to gain a place there. Let's see if they can keep it on the track though. Isgro's made a position on the Porsche Deluge. And that stunning looking BMW. Naheem has made another position though. Wiseman's ceding that position, I guess, as they come through into Cheetah at the moment. Oh, he hits that curb. He's off into the gravel. Not a good sign for Olaf Naheem here. What can he do though? He's dropped down to 15th at the moment. Peter Romeo is in 4th currently with Matt Townsend right behind him. Looks like Matt Townsend's going to go for a move into turn 1. What can happen here? And Luke Wilson is just sniffing them both there. Matt Townsend up. Ooh, does it look like it? Yeah, Townsend's ahead. Peter Romeo is really dropping like a fly right now. What's happening here? He's just got overtaken by Luke Wilson as well. 1st to 6th in the first couple of laps. Really not impressive there for Peter Romeo. Unfortunate though. Robert Bjorkman has a 0.3 second gap to Bossatelli behind in that Aston Martin and that McLaren. Both the English manufacturers leading at the front. We've got Marvin Rosenhauer right on the back of Finley O'Reilly as well. What can Finley O'Reilly do to stop Marvin coming through him? Wiseman has got ahead of Goncalves as well. And it looks like Woodke's got ahead of Olav as well. So loads of Lamborghinis just falling and going up. Any further battles going on? We've got Marvin Rosenhauer still there. Really, really epic racing going on at the moment. As we start lap number 3 of this hour-and-a-half race here today. Emo Plate currently has the fastest lap in the last lap of 1:41.1. So really setting qualifying lap times there, and he is catching on to the back of Bossatelli here and onto the back of Robert Bjorkman. So Matt Townsend's got a little bit of a gap behind him. Finley O'Reilly looks like got a move from Rosenhauer, but is back ahead, and it looks like Volokov is coming in as well in that McLaren as well. What can he do there? Woodke's got ahead of Isgro. Monduzzi. Oh no, it looks like they've made contact there. That's someone going off. That's Volokov into the gravel there at the S's there. Watch your rejoin. That won't be good. That will have to be looked at after the race. But all you've got to do is just keep it cool, keep it calm. As we've got Monduzzi and Wiseman's going side by side at the moment into the hairpin down the hill into the final sector of the track. And it looks like Wiseman's is ahead. Really great battles going on. Tronson's on the back of Deluge at the moment in that super awesome Tobbs livery. Can he make a move on the inside? Ooh, nearly goes for it, nearly goes for it. Let's see what he can do into the final sector and onto lap number 4. That Porsche looks really, really stable through that Cheetah section there. And we've got Kevin Packery in the gravel at Cheetah. What's your real? Hello. And that's another car going through the gravel there. Perfect timing, hey? Not to mention we've got the Ford Mustang of Miller, the only one at the moment in the race. Carver's got a little bit of a gap ahead of him at the moment. Bossatelli's dropped a little bit behind from has dropped a little bit behind Bjorkman at the moment. So Bjorkman's getting a little bit of a lead at the moment, 1.2 seconds. MO Plate is right there on the back of Bossatelli though. What a fantastic grid we've got this evening. Just look like Bossatelli's just clawing it a little bit back, but 2.1 second back to Townsend behind, and then not Robert Bjorkman, Nick Wilson, that's who. Bossatelli is catching up with Robert Bjorkman now. Back to within a second gap at the moment, so 1.2 seconds between first and third at the moment. Who are you rooting for? Who do you think is going to come out ahead in this epic battle? We've got a little bit of a battle here going on between Munduzi and Wisemans. And Olav right there as well. Looks like Olav's going to go for a move in a second. Thought about it at least. And something looks like has happened to Isidore there. He's back in last at the moment. Wonder if he had a little bit of an off-track excursion. Most likely. Go back to Olav Naim here in 12th position currently in that Lamborghini. He'll be really wanting to improve his position at the moment. MO Plate still with the fastest lap of the race so far, 41.1. Oh, and he's hit that curb again into Cheetah. He needs to stop that, because that's going to end in some upset very soon, and he's just got off the back there. Got a really good battle here going on, a four-way battle here. McLaren, a Lamborghini, a Porsche and a Beamer. What a fantastic grid we've got here tonight. Got a few penalties as well, just to mention on the grid so far. Peter Romeo with a 5-second penalty for... I'm just going to go through what they are for. So Peter Romeo got a penalty for cutting pit entry at Watkins Glen, so 5 seconds for him to serve during the pit stop. You've got Finney O'Reilly, who I mentioned earlier, has 60 seconds from causing the lap 1 incident last weekend. He's got 30 seconds for this race, and we've allowed him to serve 30 seconds this race and then 30 seconds the next race, because 60 seconds is quite long to be sat in the pits not doing anything. Further behind you've got Goncalves with the 10-second penalty as well, and Eastbro with a 10-second penalty as well. Oh, who is that? That is Woodke there in the gravel. Let's have a look and see what happened there. Give me one moment. Let's have a look. Ooh. Let's have a look at what happened here. So he's coming into, that looks like the front, and then he gets tapped by Goncalves. Is that Goncalves? Yeah, that's Goncalves. He gets tapped. So one of our first bits of major contact in this race, in turn 1 that is. But Woodke is moving back again. This goes right on the back of this Porsche here as well. See if he can make any moves. But of Naheem making progress as well. Well, not really making progress, but he's still there. What's really interesting as well is that Matt Townsend is 3 seconds behind Emma Play at the moment. He's got Luke Wilson behind him, right behind him in fact. You can see that gap there, the 3 leading cars and then Matt Townsend and Luke Wilson. Luke Wilson's really want to get past, leading the race, well, led most of last weekend's race, leading the championship by 5 points into this race. As we see Sir Wiseman going side by side with Finley O'Reilly. He gets through. Oh, just like they made contact there. And 3. Oh no! Finley O'Reilly gets caught out of the race. We've also got Thomas Bustatelli in second position with the fastest lap at the moment at 40.9. Oh, what's happened there to Robert Bjorkman? Thomas Bustatelli drops down to third. Emma Plate goes into second. Bustatelli made a mistake there, it looks like. Really hard to see. We've got Guilherme Goncalves stopped on the final corner off the track as well. He's dropped from 13th, I believe. That penalty on Finley O'Reilly now isn't going to go fair well. Especially after getting tapped out there by, it looked like, Olav Naheem in the Lamborghini. Looks like Luke Wilson's dropped a little bit back from Matt Townsend as well. Finley O'Reilly makes a position up on Brian Miller though. That beautiful looking Mustang livery. Beautiful sounding as well, for sure. Olav Naheem is really chasing Mundusi at the moment. Can he get a pit? Can he get a toe down the straight and make a move into turn 1, or is he just going to slot behind? Oh, it looks like he's going to make a move. He's got his indicator on though. You see that? That's got to be confusing for anyone else. And it looks like he's got ahead, but Mundusi's going to go for the switchback. Doesn't look like he's going to make it though. Really, really close here. Do you wonder why that blinker's on though? Can Fabian Riedel catch up with Brian Miller as well in that Mustang? Really do love the lights on that Porsche, just so smooth and flowing. And Ducey still on the back of Olav Naim at the moment. You missed lap 1. Well, you didn't miss much crashing, to be fair. Looks like Olav Naim is pulling a gap onto Mondesi at the moment. 1.1 seconds is the gap. Brian Miller. Looks like Fabian Riedel has got ahead of Brian Miller as well. So positive moves for Fabian there. Postatelli and Emre Play are all within a second off race leader Robert Bjorkman. We're 11 laps into this race at the moment. Emma Plate's got the fastest lap again, a 40.905. And it's like Plate is right on the back of Bjorkman there. What's also interesting is Beckia is catching up to Peter Romeo in that Audi R8 and the Aston Martin Vantage, and slidey there for Peter Romeo. Really closed in on this lap, hasn't he? Starting their 12th lap here. We've got Marvin Reisenhauer just scarily looking behind them. I'm going to plate 0.2 behind at the moment, Robert Bjorkman, and 0.5 seconds between all three of them at the moment. So Robert Bjorkman is really under pressure here. And it looks like Luke Wilson has not really got an answer for it really. Sat in 5th position, about 3 seconds behind them. But he's got a decent gap to Peter Romeo behind, 6 seconds at the moment, but Peter Romeo is getting hustled on as well. Let's have a look at this lead battle. Look at this, fantastic. Will any of them go for a move? Doesn't look like it yet. Wide there. Up into Cheetah. Keep it clean. And look at this battle. This is absolutely incredible. Top 3 all within half a second of each other. This is fantastic battling. Ducey is catching back up to Olav Naim here as well in P11 and P10. As Goncalves has made a position on Brian Miller at the back. Ursula Tronson is about 20 seconds behind in 20th position, and then Kevin Packery is a further 10 seconds behind there. Not a positive day for either of these guys. Oh, what's happened there? Should we try and have a look? Oh, did he get tapped? He got tapped. I think Olaf got tapped a little bit there by the Ferrari. It's not going to be good. Try for this. Can't seem to get the shut up. I'm not even looking on the thing. Oh, we're back in.Stelli's dropping back a little bit from the two in front. But that gap battle is really intense. Got a really good battle here as well still. Oh, I'm going for a move on the inside. Can he make it run on the inside? That BMW absolutely blast past. But it looks like Deluge got back ahead. So really, really defensive driving here from Deluge. Or maybe Andrea Stroh made a mistake, perhaps. Looks like you've lost P1, isn't it? There it's back. Townsend is not really catching, I don't think. Wilson comes across the line as well. Peter Romeo with Pietro Becco right behind him, and Marvin Reisenhauer, sorry. Just catching up a little bit behind. Look at those exhausts glowing, glowing, glowing. Looks like Olaf's dropped. What's happened here? Going again. Maybe he's stalled? But he's dropped a couple of positions there. Be good to know what's happened there. Finley O'Reilly looks like he's dropped a position as well. Fabian Riedel. So Fabian's really pushing through this. And it looks like Munduzzi is in the pits. So maybe something happened with Munduzzi and Naheem there. We saw them earlier have a little bit of an issue. And it looks like Munduzzi is in the pits. Let's have a look if we can see what the time is in the pits. He's currently been in the pits for... Yeah, it looks like he's returned to the garage. Using the return to garage feature instead of driving into the pits. But that means Isidore Tronson will make a position up, as well as Kevin Peckery. Both of them still on the lead lap, albeit going to be caught very, very soon, because Kevin Peckery going into turn 1, Robert Bjorkman going into turn 1 just about now. So Kevin Peckery will get lapped pretty soon. As we have got an incredible battle here, a four-way battle. Olav Naheem in that Lamborghini there, with the Porsche Deluge behind, Iskra in the BMW, and Woodkay in the Lamborghini. So battle of all manufacturers here in this race. Becky is not gaining on Romeo anymore, 1.5 seconds behind Romeo. So maybe Romeo's found a little bit more pace. Last lap was a 41.7 and last lap for Becky was a 42.1. So 4 tenths between them there. So that can explain a little bit of the gap. See the leaders come through the S's up into the hill. They are going to get Kevin Peckery and Isidore Tronson very soon. I think within a couple of laps at least. And I believe that the pit window will be opening in about a minute and a half. So I think leaders will do another lap and then they will be able to come into the pits. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of pit strategies people decide to do to get ahead of their rivals and competitors. Let's see, coming into the final corner now. Oh, and that looks like Olaf's gone a bit wide. Will he get taken by Iskro as well? That BMW looks really, really fast here. Oh, it looks like he's going to get past. Or not. Going up into Cheetah now. Deluge is doing fantastic. Oh! And Iskro catches that curve at Cheetah really, really hard. And loses the positions to Olav and to Wutke. Fabian Riedel is right there as well, so really, really catching. Remember these penalties that people have to serve. Peter Romeo 5 seconds. Iskro 10 seconds. Goncalves 10 seconds. And Finley O'Reilly 30 seconds. So this battle here is not going to stay a battle for long. Pit window will open now.
The pit is now open.
And it's open for 30 minutes. And it looks like Finley's gone wide. And Goncalves goes through. And look at Riedel here. Really catching on cars ahead. You can see him in the foreground there. Bossatelli is in the pits, as is Kevin Packery. So Bossatelli and Packery, the first ones to come into the pits. So Bossatelli will be the first one in the pits. Reisenhauer also in the pits. Look at that beautiful livery there, Speed Force Sim Racing. No further pit takers, I don't think, at the moment. Volokov is going to come into the final corner now. Does he come into the pits? No, he does not. Next round of people here. Let's see if they come into the pits as well. That looks like Olav's going to come in. Nope. That's Iskro coming into the pits. He's going to come in and try and serve his penalty as soon as possible, really. I think that's a pretty good option to take. Bossatelli is out of the pits now. So we see him coming out the pits. He's come out in 10th at the moment. Or 13th, sorry. He's going to have to stay in that white line the whole way down. Right in front of Goncalves. So Bossatelli currently the highest place off the stoppers. Eisenhower is coming back out the pits as well. Lyris 04. Worst race ever. DT now as well. Who's that? Mondusi? Maybe? Not sure who that is. Who's Lyris? Oh, Marvin. So Marvin has a drive-through? Does Marvin have a drive-through? Don't believe this. No, he doesn't. Doesn't look like he's got a drive-through. Not sure where you're seeing this drive-through from. Unless he didn't select his strategy. That might be the reason why. We'll have to wait and see what happens though. So Bossatelli's still currently the only one who's pitted so far. Well, not the only one, but the first one to pit. It does look like he's not got his lights on though. Just do that just to make sure that he's aware. Got ammo plate still on the back of Robert Bjorkman at the moment. Both of them stay out on track, don't come into the pits. We'll see if anyone comes into the pits this time around. Still no one coming into the pits yet. Peter Romeo has got Pietro, that's Isgro behind him. There we go. So they are a lap down so far. Mundusi is back out on track. He's albeit 2 laps down at the moment, so not a good evening for Mundusi in that number 16 Ferrari 296. Volokov comes into the pits from P8. Jack Deluge, Olaf Nahim, Woodke and Bossatelli are all going to come through. Fabian Riedel's come into the pits as well. So this battle's still ongoing. Goncalves stays out. Riley stays out. Miller stays out. So Riedel's stopped. Marvin Reisenhauer's stopped. Sorry, Volokov stopped. Reisenhauer is now coming across the line as well. So obviously he served his pit stop. Olaf Nahim's got ahead of Jack Deluge there in that Lamborghini. We're approaching halfway through this race, just a couple of more minutes. I think 10 more minutes until we get the halfway point. So we'll see if any more people take the opportunity to pit. Riedel comes out back onto the track, out of the pit lane. You see Tronson going past there with Peter Romeo already lapping some off the grid. And Bossatelli's got ahead of Woodke on pure pace. Obviously Woodke's not pitted yet. So Woodke is going to drop. And he's got past Deluge as well, Thomas Bossatelli. So while you may think this is a good battle, not really. Obviously we don't have different classes in this race at the moment. But, you know, Thomas Bossatelli went from being 3rd and is now in P9. So this is not the battle for Deluge or Woodke or anyone else of those guys to really solidify themselves in. Let's have a look at the stop times. So Bossatelli stopped for 33 seconds. Marvin Reisenhauer 47 seconds. Not sure why he was in the pits for a little bit longer there. Fabian Riedel 40 seconds. Isgro 40 seconds. Volokov 1 minute 13. So really missing out there. Kevin Peccary 54 seconds. And Mundusi 1 minute 59. And Bossatelli is catching the back of Olaf Nahim pretty fast. Thick and fast right now. Liam Riley comes into pits to serve his pit stop. That'll be an extra 30 seconds on him as well. Andrea Isco as well also served his pit stop, so he's got no more time penalties on him at the moment. Bossatelli makes his position up on Olaf Naihim. And there we go. Liam Riley still in the pits. Let's see, he stopped for 35, 36, 37. So it's going to be about a minute pit stop for him. Riedel gets past him as well. As well as this grow. So it's going to drop him quite far down the order. Get passed by Volkov, probably. So Wiseman's is pitting. So that Aston Martin from BRT team comes into the pits to serve their pit stop. Liam Riley is back out on track as well. 1 minute 15 stopped in the pit, so one of the slowest pit stops at the moment. Obviously, 30 seconds for that penalty as Olaf Naihim gets a penalty, a drive-through penalty. That should be for track limits, I would reckon. Matt Townsend comes into the pits from 3rd place currently. Now this is going to be make a break for Olaf really, because he's in a good position, but that drive-through is really going to throw off his times and his strategy. He's still not pit yet for the mandatory pit stop, so will he come to serve it in this time? Coming into Cheetah, let's see if he pits this time. And it does look like he will come in. Look very, very tight as well on the entry. Could be caught for a speeding penalty. Rosenhauer is in the pits. No idea why. But let me have a look. He's returned to garage, it looks like. So I'm not sure why, what's happened there. But Townsend is out on track, and he's got Bossatelli right behind him on pure pace. So this is really going to be the greatest battle we're going to see here. Can Bossatelli go around the outside? Yes, can he? Yes. Yes, he can. It looks like Rosenhauer has crashed, according to the chat. No, it doesn't look like Bossatelli's got him, actually. This is an amazing battle to see. And it looks like Rosenhauer has retired from the race. Unfortunate to see that. These two Aston Martins leading the race on pit stops at the moment. Isidore is doing pretty well as well. P15 at the moment. Obviously, he's still got to pit. Goncalves and Woodkay come into the pit now. And Isidore is the last car to pit. Well, the furthest car down to pit so far. So it'll be interesting to see where he comes out at. I think he should come out ahead of Kevin. Yeah, he'll be come out ahead of Kevin. So that's good at least. Wiseman's obviously pitted already, has got ahead of Woodkay, Goncalves and Naheem. Naheem's served his pit stop, his drive-through penalty, and now he's doing his pit stop. Emma Plate comes into the pits from P2. Robert Bjorkman's still out on the track, as is Luke Wilson. So currently the top 3 will be top 4 very soon. So Bjorkman, Luke Wilson, Peter Romeo and Pietro Becker have not pitted so far, and they will be pitting within the next 15 minutes. We are at the halfway point of the race in just a couple of seconds time. Luke Wilson 10 seconds behind Robert Bjorkman. I don't think he's going to get a win. Depends. I mean, Robert Bjorkman's got some ballast. But Luke Wilson has 1 kilo extra. I mean, that doesn't make much difference, but it could easily mean a 10th here, a 10th there. Tronson is in the pits in that Porsche Deluge 2. Started on used tyres from quali, then got pushed off, and I was not sure that I was over the speed limit in the pits, then binned it out of the S's. Yeah, that's not good. So, worn tyres from the qualifying, and then thought you spun in the pits. You didn't though. We saw that. You didn't get a penalty, a drive through for that, and then binned it. Fair enough. Leader crashed you out. That's not very good. I do hope that it has been picked up on our sheet, which it looks like it has. So that will definitely be looked at after the race. But that is very unfortunate for Isidore there. Back on track though. Bjorkman's coming to pits, so has Luke Wilson. So P1 and P2 are in the pits. Bjorkman is moving. Maybe he had a little bit of damage there as well that he had to repair. Let's see what time Luke Wilson can get out. Luke Wilson is moving, so the gap's not that big. I think it's going to be less than 10 seconds this time. And my plate is there as well though. So this is going to be a really fascinating race finish. Luke Wilson's dropped quite a few positions down there, actually behind Matt Townsend still. So Bjorkman, Emma Plate and Luke Wilson, Bostelli, Matt Townsend and Luke Wilson, that order has not changed throughout really the entire race really. Romeo and Becchia are still to pit out of the entire grid at the moment. Looks like Peter Romeo is coming into the pits now. See what Becchia does is come through Cheetah now. He's staying out, so Becky's going to lead the race for a little while. Townsend right on the back of Bostelli still. So this gap is really, really close. And Luke Wilson is not too far behind. Definitely can make up a little bit of pace. But the gap between the leaders has been thrown out of the window pretty fast. Robert Bjorkman to Emo Plate is 3.8 seconds, and then to Bossatelli is 3.3 seconds. So what was a second gap has gone to 3 and then 3. So 6 seconds between them. That's really, really big. Peter Romeo has come out behind Luke Wilson. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do there. Currently the last car on the lead lap, I believe. Well, the lowest down car on the lead lap, so P7 lead lap. But we'll have to wait and see for the end of the race to see how that goes further. Fabian Riedel's on the back of the other Porsche of Jack Deluge. Catches the curb a little bit, but still very stable. Another example why I don't race SRO today. Is there an SRO race today? I know there was the Indy 8 hours yesterday, but I wasn't aware there was one today. What's that? He just got past. Oh, Goncalves. There we go. Back here, the leader is right behind these guys as well. Still yet to pit. 18.9 seconds gap to Robert Bjorkman currently in P2. So the Bjorkman's already pitted. And there might even be a penalty for Bjorkman if what Ches said is true. If he got taken out by the leader, there might be a penalty on Robert Bjorkman's shoulders to carry. So he might finish the leader on the road, but due to post-race penalties might get demoted potentially. We won't conspire for that for now though. Emo Plate still has the fastest lap of 40.905 here at Kyalami in South Africa. You see this epic battle in front of the current leader, coming to lap them in any minute. And this is the closest gap at the moment between any of the competitors in this race. They lap Kevin there. What has Fabian got up his sleeves to try and get past Jack Deluge here? Oh, that looks like Volokov has got an issue or made a mistake in the first part of the track. Olaf Nyheim has made a position over him. Townsend right on the back of Bossatelli still, and it looks like Olaf's in the middle of that. So Olav is going to want to stay on the racing line and let these cars go around him. But it might be possible for Olav to move out the way potentially. It's not we normally don't say move out of the way, but I think in cases like this, when there's a battle, you're sort of forced to move out of the way in a sense. I saw is catching on the back of Kevin Pacri, so this is going to be an interesting battle for what is going to be penultimate last. Riedel has got ahead of Deluge there. We missed that, so that was a pretty epic battle going on, and it's finally worked for Fabian in that Porsche. Townsend is past Olav now, so Olav, or not, Olav is still there. Will Olav stay to the right here and let him pass? Yeah, looks like it here. And there we go. Borsatelli is going to get hammered by Townsend now for the rest of the race, I believe. This is the closest battle we know of. Trunson has got ahead of Packery. Jack Deluge is right on the back of Riedel. But look, this trio of Porsches, Goncalves goes straight through. Straight through on Deluge there. So Goncalves really making a good recovery drive here tonight. O'Reilly is currently 17 seconds behind Volkov with that 30-second penalty that he just served in the pits. Only one more person to pit so far. Pietro Becchia in the lead, the number 53. Ali still needs to pit. He's got 14 seconds to Bjorkman behind. That was 19 seconds about 5 laps ago. Does look like he's going to come into the pits. Here he comes into the pits. So this is going to hand over the lead to Bjorkman once again. So a really positive weekend for Bjorkman this time compared to last weekend where he got involved in quite a few incidents. There we go, Bjorkman on the inside of Isgro there to lap Isgro for the second time. Or the first time, I think. And Becchia is still in the pits. P7 now. Be interesting to see where Wiseman's comes out at. If he can get ahead. Finley O'Reilly looks like he's made a mistake in the final corner onto the main straight, but let's keep watching Wiseman's. No, Finley O'Reilly, Becchia has got ahead of Wiseman's. So Becchia is ahead. Matt Townsend still right on the back of Bossatelli for P3, the final podium spot of this race. Track temperature currently 16 degrees Celsius, so really quite cool compared to other races. Goncalves still right on the back of Riedel as well. And Tussi's on the back of Kevin as well. I don't think this is actually for position. Or is it? I think Menduzzi is a couple of laps behind. Yes, he is a lap behind. So he's just unlapped himself from Kevin. So he's making his way up the order again. Robert Bjorkman there in the background with Emma Plate just 3.3 seconds behind. But Matt Townsend is still hustling on to get that third and final podium position. Riedel's got a little bit more pace now. 1.3 seconds to Concavos. Glowing exhaust pipe on the left hand side of this Aston Vantage GT3. Pit window is closed, so no more pits to come through. Just going to quickly put you on our poster for a second.
right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
Hello? Give me a second. There we go. Oh, yeah, kind of bad. Uh, Let me see if I can find it. This should be it. Yeah, 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 I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna report it. I mean, yeah, so you want to see it from my car or his car? Yeah, so here I'm coming. I don't mind. I mean, I'm not calling out anybody here. Uh, I just hope that Robert made a mistake. And I do truly believe that he made a mistake. He's a good driver normally. If anything, I'd probably just report it to raise awareness of the incident more than trying to put blame on anybody. Because I already have front damage from a good couple of laps earlier when I was killed by Cheetah. So here I am coming into the long right-hander where you basically just lift or tap the brake. I can lift this all day long, and I'm just think that Robert probably didn't anticipate me being a bit slower due to my damage, because all of a sudden, from nowhere, he just taps me. Yeah, because I think he just kept going. Could well have been, but here is clear contact. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, no, like it was not a bad race per se. It's just some unfortunate events. It's also planned. Silverstone is up next, right? I'll probably get a few laps in tonight. I'm already sweaty and in the rig. Might as well just stay in the rig.